Folks, welcome back in for another amazing Tuesday night here for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. This is race day. My name is Steve, and we are here today from Echo Park Speedway, newly named track of Atlanta Speedway. Always a good time when we come here, man. Hey, super speedway action on a 1.5 mile track. It's going to be pretty daunting. Race number 3 here in the round of 16, our one and only playoff round before the championship series. Man, qualifying action down on the track. Let's get down trackside, find out what is going on in qualifying. Right now, Ethan Dallaire making his lap times. 2 laps, that's all you get. Trying to figure out what they can do, what fastest speeds they can achieve here. A lot going down today from Atlanta. Daryl Young on track right here, trying to get his lap warmed up and tires warmed up. Everyone else, Max Brady as well. Definitely trying the cheese here at Super Speedway Racing. Get that second lap the fastest they can get it. Mark Whitley. There he is. Proudly representing that Jawa.GG machine. And by the way, today, folks, hey, the Jawa.GG 225 here from Atlanta. Huge shout out to them for sponsoring today's race. We're going to talk a lot about them today. Jawa website in the chat right there, that pinned website. Go and check out their link. Awesome, folks. And man, a damn good looking car too. So good stuff so far on the pulse. Right now, as we sit provisionally, 3rd spot, Michael Johnson. Brendan Bowie as well cuts down below that red line. You can do that now. You can't do that in the race. John Hagen to the front as well. Busch Apple Machine. Everyone making their moves here. Josh Larson, very quick in practice. Top of the board, actually, for him. Right now, P7 currently. Not too bad. Brandon Bowie finishing his lap. A couple of notable drivers here of the Bowie camp. Not here today. Frankie Barroso, Brandon Six. Not here on track today. Austin Salyers. P19 making it happen. Will Doe trying the same thing here. Man, look at the top of the leaderboard. John Hagen, Brandon Bowie, Smrecker, basically tie. Look at their lap times. Holy. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at best time. 31:41, 31:41. Bowie and Hagen tie, but man, Hagen must have gotten him by an inch. Unbelievable. And then Smrecker not too far back in third place, the same. Man, those times are ridiculously quick. Look at the top 8. Their lap times are within, what is that, 1,000th of a second? That is insane. Really, really good stuff, man. The top 16 really unbelievably close. Just goes to show the level of competition in this field today. All getting around this track equally. Good stuff. Villalobos right here. Adam Garza on track right now, looking to get a good lap time, currently in P12. Looks like that might be it for him. Not a bad start though. Man, these lap times so close. What do you do? Jacob Weiss going to come around here. Looks like he's going to wrap up here in P16. Not too bad. Not too bad. Matthew Fleming to the top part of the leaderboard here. P7 for that Oasis sim racing machine. Looking good today. Nick Lights on track. Love to see him back. A lot of IRL racing. Man, Truck Series, Xfinity Series. Man, where is this guy not lately? Pretty cool to see in the number Stint 62 machine again. P4. Very, very fast car. Hagen still your pole sitter. Nobody else so far can catch him. James Thurston, though. Man, winner of last week's race at Road America on an absolute tear. Has the most points. Looking pretty good to lock himself in that championship 4. Where can he find himself amongst this group? Oh, man. He just downshifted into oblivion right there, but good stuff. Looks like he'll be in P6, so not too bad. Quick warm-up session right now. We're going to get a 5-minute session in for these drivers to figure out pit road entry and, things like that. Bathroom break. I don't know, adult beverage. Who knows? We'll see. Right now, we'll go and thank some sponsors, folks. We'll come right back.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Welcome back in, folks. It is the Jawa.GG 225 here from Echo Park Speedway, newly named track here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. A lot of fun today. Hey, today's race is going to be pretty interesting right now as we watch the warm-up session about to be done here in just a minute. We'll get to the race here momentarily. But big time race today, third race in our playoffs, our round of 16. So hey, a lot of these guys trying to find themselves as best as they can. I mean, I look at guys like John Hagan, right? Man, he won the first race at IRP in the round, but then had a really bad finish at Road America last week. So hey, it's kind of that, man, it's just the comers and goers, right? In the round of 16 man, these playoffs, we're going to be really, really careful in how we get just through it, right? It's going to be so chaotic and so intense as we look high above Atlanta Motor Speedway. Man, awesome time here. Super Speedway racing at a 1.5 mile track. Obviously, this track has been around now for a couple of years, and it's always been pretty interesting, pretty exciting, especially in the real world counterpart. So a couple of interesting things here. Obviously, right now they enter into turn 3, so you can't really see it now, but they basically pit road. You have to come in through turn 3 all the way down on the apron, nice and slow, and then come down pit road. Definitely a lot safer than kind of trying to dive it down out of turn 4, you know, going high speed. So good stuff there. Also, the Super Speedway rules do apply here. So that double yellow in red line all the way across the track that separates the racing surface and the apron, you cannot cross that to advance your position. So if they do, they have to give it back, and if not, that could be given a penalty as normal. So today, a big race, obviously, as the hey, again, playoffs are coming through and drivers trying to get their win. Atlanta can be kind of nice because it is kind of a wild card, right? You have to survive this track. There's no fast repairs. There's no gimmies. So you really have to just lock it in and make sure you can get through here very, very cleanly. 20 seconds left to go. Again, big shout out to Jawa.GG. Man, love having them on track today on the broadcast. Buy, sell, and upgrade between gamers, man. Awesome stuff today. Go and check out their website on the pinned chat on the YouTube channel. Go and check that out. Click on it, and hey, go and check out what they have to do, what they can offer, man. Very, very cool stuff. Basically an eBay for gamers and computer aficionados and experts and, man, I guess nerds. that a proper way to say it? Yeah, I think so. I'm a nerd. So yeah, I'll say that. Awesome place and a lot of cool stuff. So thanks to them again for being on board today. We're going to get down trackside though momentarily to get our Jawa.GG 225 underway here. 150 laps. We'll talk about all the race details here momentarily. Always a good time here from Atlanta. So right now for the qualifying, a lot going on. Man, bunch of fast drivers today. John Hagen, always quick. And right now, there he is on the pole today. John Hagen in the 81 Busch Light Apple machine, starting off from the pole. Looking very, very fast today. But it's not about where you start, it's about where you finish. Brendan Bowie in P2, third spot. Devin Smecker looking sharp in that drip drops machine. Nick Lights has returned again, that Stint 62 car. Man, looking so good there in P4. Brendan Fetter placed in P5. James Thurston, P6. Jackson Anderson right here in P7. Mark Whitley, 8th place. Java.GG machine, there it is. Matthew Fleming, P9. Kenny Reel in 10th place. Christian Angel, P11. Michael Johnson, 12th. Villalobos, 13th. Van Drugman in P14, a previous race winner here a couple races ago. Austin Salyers, P15, looking good. Adam Garza, that Cardano machine, always looking pretty good there. Austin Halsey, 17th. Max Brady, 19th. Followed by Wildo, James Kaufman, Joseph Mealy, Jacob Weist, Daryl Young, Tim Robb, Ethan Delaire, and then Ryan Sharp rounds up the field. Josh Larson was on track and did qualify, but looks like he's not on the surface yet, so not sure what's going on there. We'll try and find out that for you folks momentarily. But right now, John Hagen, Brandon Bowie, going to try and lead this field off here. Again, 50 laps will determine it. The first stage, playoff points don't necessarily matter anymore, but hey, stage points do. They definitely matter. You don't get that playoff point anymore for winning the stage, or even, you know, that 5 extra for winning the race, but every point matters for advancing yourself. Again, round of 16 drivers for the playoffs, 4 races. And the top 4 of those drivers after these 4 races advance to the championship 4. That is it. Everyone else will filter in through a secondary and tertiary, I believe is the word for a third, style championship, contender, and then challenger championship. So, hey, trophy, not for everybody, but for a couple of guys. So we'll see. Hagen, Bowie up front. Let's talk about race details real quick. Race details for today's race. 150 laps. Stage 1, Stage 2, 50 and 100. This race is basically cut into thirds for stages. 75% fuel. Absolutely no fast repairs. And 3 green-white checkers if we need them. Make your predictions, folks, in the chat. Who can win this race? Hey, it might not be winning you're in for the championship 4, but every point matters. Brandon Bowie, John Hagen looking pretty good points-wise to get themselves locked into that, but again, this is no gimme. This is no 3-foot putt for all my golf fans out there, but here we go. Green flag this time by pace car pulls off. John Hagen and Brandon Bowie. We're about to go green here from Echo Park Speedway, Atlanta. And that green flag is out. We are live for the Jawa.GG 225. Already one lap underway here from Atlanta. Hey, this is no gimme track. I know I keep saying that, but hey, it really isn't. Stay up front. Watch out for all the big wrecks. One big wreck could end your day today just like that, and maybe even playoff hopes. A lot of these guys were clinging to hope to get themselves as many points today as possible to advance themselves into that championship 4. Stay up front and stay out of the way. One wreck could be it. No fast repairs. Yellow flag already out. Speaking of, in the back, looks like maybe Austin Salyers, a lone wreck right across the front stretch here. Don't see maybe any damage out of his machine. Take a look at it. Maybe just a little spinneroony coming out of turn 4. Car looks pretty clean. We'll go back as we always do and try and find out what went down here. System doesn't even tell me that somebody even wrecked, which is interesting. So we'll try and find it here. This is usually not always the easiest. Okay, here we go. This might be a bit early in the getting a big shove there from Max Brady. Looks like this is going to be on the back stretch here. I'll try and get a better shot. We'll try and slow down now. So right now, 3 wide. Max Brady in the middle. Salyers, the 19 machine, on the outside line here. Try and maybe get through a little bit. Oh, Ethan Delaire. Yeah, just clips him right there in the left rear. Kind of sends him around here. Man, right in front of Villalobos and Halsey. No contact and no damage really from, really either car. Just got lucky there from avoiding all of them. That is good to see. I know I keep hearing about, this what are they calling it? Some kind of like glitch or, man, I can't think of the word now, but a lot of the drivers pre-race were talking about some kind of issue with the Speedway package or this car since the update, I guess, where, or a grief, a left rear grief, maybe? Am I getting there? Something like that, where they're saying that with these cars, something was done where you get behind a driver, their back bumper or the left rear, and it kind of just gets them super loose. So I don't know if that was the case right there. I feel like we went, 3 laps, really close racing without any issues. I don't think I saw any in practice, so I think they're pretty good in that regard. I just think that was maybe, Delaire getting into Salyers there, but looks like no harm, no foul. They were pretty much in the back anyway, so not a huge issue for both of them. They can recover from that for sure. Choose rule to be underway here in just a second. Looks like a couple of cars came down pit road. The choose rule, for those of you who don't know. We employed that here. We don't have any fancy, orange triangle looking logo on track, but we just use the start finish line. So go all the way up against the wall for the high line and go all the way back down to the apron for the low line, and off you go. So not too bad. We'll go green this time by and quick yellow. No cars involved. Not too bad. Look at me. I can chat. Yes, you can. Last week for Road America, we had some kind of, some kind of an issue with the chat. We couldn't talk. We couldn't chat. We couldn't do anything. So apologize for that. Sometimes update day can always be interesting, and we make mistakes. But it's all good. Lineup hasn't changed a whole lot. Right now, Hagan, Bowie in the front. This race should go by pretty quick. Typically our 1.5 mile tracks this season, we've done the 150 mileage, right? Or I guess laps. But considering this is a much faster 1.5 nowadays, should be pretty quick. So kind of a short but wild one, as they say. Pace car will come down now. This time, Hagan Bowie still going to be leading us off here, going on lap number 6. Here we go. Back underway. Jawa.gg. 225. Flagman with the green flag in the air. There it is. Green, 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 baby. We're going green again. That's how fast a lap around this Echo Park Speedway can happen, just like that. I saw for a while there, for a second, starting to see cars getting single file. I think that's kind of smart early on, right? Just get yourself through the majority of this race. Obviously, we know that stage points do matter, but man, these tracks, this particular one can always be exciting. Who can push? Who can make it happen? But again, with this tire model too, Adam Garza, by the way, in the wall right here, way up high in 3 and 4, going to collect himself. He is good to go now. Max Brady not going to hold off, though. He is right there, side by side, right behind him. Joseph Mealy going to be in good shape. Mark Whitley now 3 wide there, right in between Nick Lights, Adam Garza. Going to be a lot of movement here. The tire wear with this newest update is a lot more realistic, so they'll have plenty of grip right now. But hey, maybe 20, 25 laps into a run, I can promise you they'll be screaming for tires. A lot of single file racing I would expect, really, probably on longer runs. Tire management will be big. Outside line, like right now, you can definitely be, you know, you can move around, right? You can definitely have, oh, Mark Whitley comes across Van Drugman. He was not clear, and that is going to be a big wreck right now on lap 9. Teammate involved, Daryl Young right here, man, pretty beat up. Unfortunate. Super Speedway is always a good track for him, but that left rear tire looks pretty bad right now. Could be beached here on the apron. Let's go back and try and find out what goes on here. Man, from the angle we had, it looks like it just looked like Whitley tried to go across the nose of Van Drugman. I don't know if he was clear or not, obviously, but let's try and find out. So here's Whitley. We see him 3 wide here. I mean, literally just talking about him. Try and get a better view. Let's find out what went down here. So he tries to sneak into that hole behind Max, and just a really poor timed move right there, unfortunately, for that 77. Thought he had enough room to sneak in between the 17 and 14, but just didn't. Right there in front of Drugman. Unfortunately, everyone's slowing down behind him. Kaufman, Daryl Young, Ryan Sharp. Looks like, who is that? Tim Robb right there might sneak through right below. Just a little spin out there for the 57. Not too bad for Tim Robb. Going to escape that one pretty clean. But yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, man, you hate to see that so early, right? It's lap 11. I mean, really lap 9 when it happened. Out of 150 laps, super speedway racing, I get it, but oh man, too early for that. But I don't think actually he escaped too far with a lot of damage. Daryl Young, his teammate, seems to have gotten the worst of it, that left rear, but might be okay. Unfortunately, again, no fast repairs, and this track is just tough, right? It's just tough. One thing, by the way, I failed to mention, every season we like to do something fun. Maybe not fun. It's fun for me in my own cryptic ways. So this race, you might notice, it's a nighttime race, but it's not going to last for long. About halfway through this race, the sun will rise. This is one of our sunrise races. Goes from night into day conditions. So something different. Something unique, and today's the day. So we'll see what we can discover now. The morning will happen at some point. The sun will rise probably about halfway, maybe a little bit past halfway at this point. And they'll be dealing with the golden hour, as they call it, right during the sunrise. So we'll see. Let's take a look actually at that Mark Whitley machine. Take a look at how, you know what? It's really not that bad. Back end looks pretty good. I was concerned about the left side just because I feel like that's where he got hit from, I think it was Daryl and one other driver, but looks pretty good right now, not going to lie. All right, we're good. We're back in business. Daryl Young still on track, or on pit road. Tim Robb, I thought he was fine, but maybe he had some residual damage somewhere, but looks pretty good right now. So, hey, no harm, no foul. A couple of drivers came down pit road during that exchange. So, right now, the front of the pack is changed up a little bit. Thurston, Anderson, Smecker, Reel, and Hagen all in the top. So, it looks like 4 drivers maybe stayed out on the track. Gonna get back going here. Second caution of the day. Hey, we expect some pretty crazy racing today. A lot of desperation for points, and obviously that super speedway factor. So here we go. Thurston Anderson up front. Back at it again. Lap 13. Going back green here. A lot of single file already. Starting to see a lot more smarter moves right here. Right, the outside lane, Brandon Bowie going to try and make a move here. A lot of packs already underway. Devin Smecker in P2. Man, having an absolute run of his life in these playoffs. Let's take a ride on board real quick. We'll go Hosky hot lap. Right behind his teammate, James Thurston. I mean, just look at how intense this lap is, right? Full throttle the entire time, especially on newer tires. Later on in the race, they might have to blip the throttle a little bit, lift a tad just to coast, but man, right now, Smecker just locking it in. Right behind James Thurston, right now points leader in the playoffs. Looking very, very fast. Little bump, but pretty well locked in. These cars handle really, really well. Right now, just like that, a couple of laps from Echo Park Speedway. Oh man, unfortunately, from the Daryl Young camp, she's toast, we're told in the chat. Man, I hate to hear that. Hate to hear that so bad, but in so early. But hey, that'll be a tough conversation for that HDR team between teammates. Man, what are we doing, right? It's all good. James Thurston, man, this top of the field here looking pretty stout right now. Delayer, really the top 15 all in this pack before we get too crazy. Look at this back in the pack. Halsey, Will Doe, Whitley, everyone here in a line. You can lose that main draft, right? Again, this is very similar. It's basically a mini Daytona, more or less, right? And right now, we're going to see a lot of this drafting, a lot of the usual things that you'll see at a track like that in a mini format like today. So Kenyon Reel, obviously on the outside, very good super speedway driver. Hasn't been able to lock one in yet. Has come so close to a win in this series, but man, this has not been able to, unfortunately. I talked about it last week, but hey, my picks for this race early on, I mean, I mentioned it in Road America. Max Brady tries to put Bowie 3 wide there, man. That was really tight. Very, very close racing, but not going to give an inch. Obviously, right? Stages are coming in. I mean, still 30 laps away from stage 1. Little ways to go. But as I was saying, Road America, I talked about a couple of favorites for me, you know, entering this race, right? I talked about Daryl Young, obviously very good at super speedways. You really can't, you know, turn him away, right? As far as favorites or you know, driver to pick from, right? But Garza, I feel like every super speedway, he has always been very, very good and just kind of finds himself up front and able to figure it out. And right now, kind of mired back there in that middle of that front pack, but might be able to get through it. But it is definitely hectic. Right now, James Thurston still out front, looking very, very good in P1, 21 laps into this race. Starting to kind of cool down. That back of the field here, starting to kind of figure it out. All single file. They know, though, they have to stay single file to catch that front pack. But this also might not be a bad spot, right? Hey, if that big pack wrecks, you are way in the back here. Might not be a bad move. Couple of outliers here in the back. Villalobos, Rob, Kaufman, Larson now back on track, which is good to see. He did make the race. This is the pack we're going to watch right now. All the leaders are here. Playoff drivers trying to get, again, as many points as they can. And the first points that are awarded, stage 1. 26 laps away. Max Brady making his way to the front again. Good stuff here in P1. We're going to see a lot of drivers, you know, kind of going to the front, back to the back, all over the place. Teammates can matter here. This track is a lot more about handling than you think it is. And we're going to see that, I feel like, as the race goes on. I know I mentioned it earlier, but we're going to see these tires wear off pretty quick. Now, the nice thing about this update for me personally, I like the grip levels of this tire. It feels like it's, granted, cold tires are really cold, but once you kind of get past that cold tire phase, maybe a lap or two after that, after going green, right, they really grip up super nice. They feel a lot spongier. They feel just a lot more planted onto the track, which is huge for you know, just for drivers, right? A lot more grip means a lot more maneuverability, and you can do a lot more, you know, in the car. But the thing is, with more grip typically comes more wear, and these tires do wear quicker, a lot quicker than before. So we're going to see, I think, a lot of confident moves, right? Guys can move around a lot more now without having to feel like it's going to be, you know, loose or things like that. Now, granted, the daytime, once the sun rises, that might change. The track will become hotter, right? Looser conditions. We'll see how that works, but that'll be much later in the race. You never know what can happen. But I think, man, right now, this is some good stuff right here. A lot of people making moves, and look at this, just like that, Garza. The last time we talked about him a second ago, man, he was like 15th, and now he's in P1 in the front. I'm telling you, he can just get to the front like nobody else. Max Brady giving a good push right here as well. Bowie stranded out right there. Looking to try and get himself some partners here. Jackson Anderson, Kenny Reel, outside lane starting to come here. That might be what he needs. So far, so good though. Lap 28. Almost to the end of stage number 1. A little bit past halfway. Right now, Garza, Drugman, Brady, Bowie, and Thurston all in that top 5. Let's take a quick break, folks. We'll go race day non-stop. We'll come right back.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Welcome back, folks. Right now, this is the Java.gg 225 here from Echo Park Speedway, formerly known as Atlanta Motor Speedway. Right now, lap 32, and we are on our way to the end of stage number 1. Adam Garza doing a great job here in P1, followed by Drugman, Hagen, Angel, and then Matthew Fleming. A lot of good players up here in the front. Again, this is one of those tracks I feel like we can see a first-time winner. This is one of those tracks. Now, obviously, hey, the fast guys are always going to be fast, typically, at tracks. You just never know. But hey, the big one can happen here in Atlanta. You just don't know. Adam Garza, Drugman, though, these guys are really, really fast. Hagen, we know, is fast. A couple of guys, though, looking to get maybe a first-time win. Could be huge. Christian Angel, obviously. Matthew Fleming, that wouldn't be a first-time winner, but he'd be a first-time winner in a long time. Snap that winless streak. Could definitely happen today. Ethan Delaire, hey, probably just bought the track 3 hours ago. But never know. He could win today, too. You'll hear that back later on in the lap, so that's why I said that. But hey, good stuff so far. 2 wide here, pretty much for the most part, in the top, really top 10. And looking pretty solid. 34 laps into this race. Gonna get heated up here in a little bit. Stage 1 ends in 15 laps. It's kind of the nice thing, too, about, man, these super speedway races is that stages, you know, they're not decided right by the first half. Typically, you know, typical NASCAR rules or whatever format. You know, stages kind of, stage 2 ends at about halfway, and stage 1 ends at about a quarter of the way in, right? But we like to cut it off in thirds. I feel like it's a better representation of how the race goes. Equals the points out, things like that. But hey, points matter at every phase of the race. Green flag stops. I'm actually expecting, for the guys who didn't pit under that last caution, they might be pretty close. My notes say about 40, 45 laps, but that might change, obviously, with, you know, caution flags and things like that, right? So a lot can still happen. But we are winding these laps down very, very quick. Cars are now going to try and sneak down low in front of Hagen. No teammates in sight for Garza right now. Nearest teammate, James Thurston, back in the pack. As well as Smecker, Joseph Mealy, all in the same. That back of the pack, too, that secondary pack did catch. So we are all one pack right now, all trying to go for those stage points. But as I was saying, right, anybody can win this race, and that's why we love it on the schedule. You just never know, right? Last season, I think it was last season, I could be wrong, but Trevor Zelazny, who's unfortunately not here, I'm guessing he's probably driving a train through some kind of adventurous location within our country. I don't know, but man, he's got like the coolest job in the world, I feel like. Shout out to Trevor, not here today, but I'm sure maybe he's watching live or he'll watch later on. So pretty cool stuff. But hey, I believe he was the one who won Atlanta last season. Atlanta last season was our regular season finale, and he won that race to advance himself into the playoffs when we had Win You're In. Man, so far so good though. Cool stuff. That might return next season. A little teaser. Been thinking about season 9, and I think Win You're In might come back for season 9 for the regular season, but not necessarily for the playoffs. I think it adds some excitement. I think it keeps people sticking around. You know, attendance is always a big thing for league owners to think of and decide, but it's a little insight from a league owner perspective. I think it's important to talk about because, hey, ultimately we do this for fun, and we do this for try and get to the real life, or try and get as close to the real life as we can, right? And this is where we're at. So always fun to try and think of cool and exciting ways to keep people engaged. But man, right now, speaking of engaged, these drivers, top 20 and beyond, all in this big pack. Max Brady, Hagen, Christian Angel so far, hey, having the ride of his life. He got past lap 5. That's always a good thing. Some of you will understand that joke, and some won't, and that's totally fine. ASRA Discord is a wild one. pre and post race, I'll tell you that. And always a good joke once in a while, but right now looking pretty solid. Everyone trying to get into that top 10, right? Those pay the points. Right now, lap 42, 8 laps will go by here in a heartbeat. Have to get yourself in the front if you want any chance. Oh no! Adam Garza, big wreck in the front. That's going to be a huge wreck here. Garza and John Hagen. Brendan Bowie going around too a little bit here. Thurston and Dallaire. Oh my word, lap 43. Huge wreck. Jackson Anderson right. Oh man, the front bumper all beat up. A lot of guys happened right at the front of the field, man. Unbelievable. Looks like Fleming has a bit of a pushed in front bumper here. Bunch of guys, Christian Angel, the front of his bumper too. Those typically buffer out pretty good though. They should be fine if they have that. Let's go back and take a look, man. What went down here in the front? Try and find out where this happened. I'm having a tough time trying to find where. Okay, hold on. Let's try and find. Let's see if this is it. So Garza right here. Trying to get a close view. I mean, racing side by side here with John Hagen. Don't see anything yet. Try and wait. Ooh, Max tries to come across the nose there of Garza. Barely made it happen. Yeah, and that's what's going to start it because Hagen's kind of right there too. Garza just goes around. And then a huge checkup here. Oh, man. Yeah, going to be big damage there for maybe Salyers. Maybe Garza. He might be okay, though. Yeah, I don't know, actually. He's got some right side. Might not be too happy. I know Brandon Bowie was also down there as well. Yeah, some left side scuffage. Might be okay, but we will see. Big wreck. Should not be staged, by the way. Just want to clarify that real quick. Should not be the stage caution. The caution did not come out within 5 laps of the scheduled stage, which is lap 50. So we should not see this being the stage caution. But having it being so close to the stage end, it makes sense why a lot of guys would take tires and fuel here. Obviously, as that is a pretty key factor. So a lot of guys making their choose situation right now, and good stuff, man. Big wreck, obviously. A couple of players involved in that. We'll get about a 3-lap shootout here for the stage. Again, I say shootout, but we stay green. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal when it comes to all that. So good stuff. Again, not the caution for the stage. We don't throw cautions for stages anymore. We keep it green, but obviously they can still happen around this time. So right now we'll see Jacob Weist, Brady, Drugman, Hagen, and Fetterplace all in the top 5 as it sits. Ooh, Weist going to get that EOL, it looks like, for not choosing at the appropriate time. We did see him kind of hover. He was kind of low, but not apron low. So it looks like he'll be given that EOL. Hey, we all know it, right? We're like 14 races into the season. When to go, you choose. Every single time. Unfortunately, that has bitten a couple drivers, and that is just how it goes. So lap 46. Looks like the caution was extended by a lap. Usually when our race control, Matthew Kent, by the way, shout out. When he extends the cautions, I always know somebody got a penalty because that's typically what he does, and it's a good call. So, placements will stay in line. Just got confirmation, by the way, Jacob Weist did get that choose violation, so he got sent back to the EOL back of the line. So that was not staged. So, again, when the leader takes lap 50, that will be the end of stage 1. Points will get awarded for the top 10, but we will stay green and keep her going. Shout out, by the way, to all the folks in the chat supporting race day and, hey, supporting your favorite driver and team and things like that. Always a big fan of that. Hey, in the chat, by the way, go and check out Jawa.gg. They are the sponsor for today's race. Always glad to have new sponsors on board, and they are looking pretty good. So go and check them out. Check out what they have to offer. As well as, hey, the YouTube did this thing nowadays where you can add a goal for adding super chats. So I think they might be still live, but if you choose to do that, hey, go ahead. We appreciate that, and we'll give you a special shout out. Right now, though, lap 48, we'll have pretty much, 2 laps before we get to the end of stage 1. Let's see how this goes. Brady and Drugmond in the front, ready to go back green here to finish off stage 1. Here we go. 3 laps to go. Big jump out of the outside lane. Obviously came back down into the low lane. Brendan Bowie going to be really stuck out high there. Unfortunately, in the outside lane. Pretty well fragmented, though, on this restart. A lot of these guys did not get a great jump. Oh, in the back, Mealy. Big hit into the wall. Not a yellow flag. I have no idea how. He keeps it going green. He keeps it going straight. No caution on track. Unbelievable. iRacing stewards are drunk out of their minds. But it's all good. We stay green. 1 lap to go here for stage 1. Brady and John Hagen fighting for it. Better place right there, too. Can he steal a stage and get maximum points for his playoff hopes? Does Hagen make a move here? Is he content with 9 points to finish in P2? Looks like that is the case. Max Brady will cross the line here, right there. That'll be the end of stage 1. And just like that, we cross it over for the end of stage 2. We keep it green. Stages do not bring out cautions. Green flag remains out, though. Joseph Mealy, with that damage, we saw it live. Backed it into the wall, but did not bring out a caution. That can happen, folks. We do not throw out cautions manually. We let iRacing do it based on their algorithm or their computer, whatever software. Sometimes it shocks you. We will throw out a manual caution if it is a big wreck, right? That doesn't involve or it doesn't get noticed by iRacing, but hey, sometimes that can happen. Unfortunately, Joseph got the short straw there. So we're keeping it going, though. Max Brady out front. Hagen, Fetter Place, Reel, and Smecker in the top of the field here. Van Drugmond got back down to 14th. Pretty much half the field is in this front pack. The back half being led by Anderson. This secondary pack here, all in the back. A couple of these guys had damage from before. Anderson, Garza, right? Rob got involved in that. Dallaire. All these guys trying to find second life in their race. Trying to hold on to get themselves going here. But Brady, man, looking pretty good up front. You can kind of see it. Look at that. Past the lights. Starting to see some hints of the sunrise. Again, this is a sunrise race, so the sun will make an appearance. As we continue, starting to maybe see some haze as well, some fog. Just a tiny bit. Could be some morning dew as well, so you just never know. Sometimes the simulation just decides what it decides, but hey, could be a lot of fun. Lap 54 though, everyone in single file. I think this is pretty smart, right? Get yourself through the race. Track conditions are going to start changing. Maybe not now necessarily, but definitely by the time stage 2 ends. We're going to see the track temperature rise a little bit. Going to get a little bit looser. And I think we'll see a lot of these guys, again, the car's handling a lot different, right? But Devin Smecker right now in P5, still looking pretty good. Let's go on board here, gyro cam. Can really see how much the corners are banked here. Makes for a very, very fast track, obviously, nice and wide too. And man, looking very, very good. Tell you what, his playoff run, it started off by, again, Frankie Brosso, unfortunately, having to bow out of the playoffs because he knows he was going to miss a lot of races, so did the respectful thing and brought in the next one in line, which was Devin. And man, after a great IRP and a fantastic Road America, tell you what, he is in prime position to maybe score himself a Championship 4 berth. It is possible. He is 5th in points right now as they enter this race. And you never hope to have a demise of drivers, right? But hey, if he has any of those 4 drivers ahead of him, Garza, Bowie, Thurston, and Hagan, if they have an issue today or even next week in Kentucky, that could really upset the field. And man, Smecker can find himself in that top 4, which would be wild. That would be interesting for sure. But right now, still lap 58. Halfway, coming up here a little bit, but this part of the race, to be honest, I kind of expected this race to be interesting at the beginning of the race, right? But then, 2 wide and 3 wide at times. But middle of the race, this is exactly what I expected. Single file. This is the grind part of the race, right? Just get through to the end, right? They'll probably start getting wild again, maybe 10 laps to go in stage 2. But this is also, right, a great time to save some fuel, stick to the draft, and just save fuel. Make sure you can get yourself to lap 100. And that way, fuel is not a concern for stage 3. That might be what we're thinking here. Again, if I'm that way, that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? Stage 1, okay, let me kind of feel the car out. Let me kind of do some things to kind of make myself feel better, get the nerves out of the way. And then stage 2, right? Once that starts, now we're going to lock it in. Now we're going to talk about fuel strat, talk about conserving tires. You get 5 tire sets here, which is a lot, but tires could be, it could play a role, especially if the race goes green for a long time, right? That might be big. Do you take 2? Do you take 4? I don't think they do here. I think this is going to be a track where they have to take 4, especially with this new tire model, right? They have to take enough tires to really make the car feel good. This track is all about, speed, right, and drafting, but it is a lot about handling. And if this race goes green for a long time, these tires will tell you. And I think we're going to see a lot of 4-tire stops every single time. If we have, a short stint maybe at the end, I could maybe see if, a 2-tire stop, but I don't know. It's going to be tough. Tough. Right now, one big, long choo-choo train from first all the way down to 20th. James Kaufman right now, the caboose. But hey, holding on to it, looking pretty good back there. Bunch of guys. Again, Villalobos 1 lap down, Mealy, Tim Robb, all 1 lap down, but in that main pack, which is good. Josh Larson in here as well. Salyers, Daryl Young, unfortunately. Ryan Sharp looks like out of the race too. Sharp, we didn't see any damage to his car when he wrecked in that big one, but unfortunately it looks like he has that damage. So, hey, Ryan Sharp, playoff driver, big implications, unfortunately, might be out of this one. A couple of drivers who had issues in that prior wreck. looking at them now, Christian Angel has that front end damage. Again, next caution period maybe, or maybe a yellow flag, or whatever it might be. You can definitely buff out that front end. He might be okay. Nick Lights, same thing. Back at the field, but I don't think he got involved in any wrecks there, so I think he's just kind of chilling here in the back, maybe saving fuel. Jacob Weist on pit road, interestingly enough. Whoa! Slides it around here. Maybe a super early short pit. Not really sure what this is. Definitely unscheduled, but hey, this could be a big brain move. We'll see. Halsey definitely had some damage before, but got it through. Jackson Anderson, there he is. We saw him have front end damage too. Looks to be all good and clean. Garza, we know, had big damage. That back of the bumper there looks pretty pushed in, but really, honestly, pretty good. Left front damage a tad. Might bump out if you get some more time there, but hey, not too bad for the guys who had damage. We know Mark Whitley had big damage too at one point, but it did look pretty good. So, hey, not too bad for a bunch of cars who really didn't seem too hot. Unfortunately, Daryl Young had the worst of it. I'm going to guess broke a tie rod maybe, or some kind of left rear, I believe it was, that he had an issue with. But that can happen, unfortunately. Man, hate to see it. Lap 67, though. We're getting our way through this race pretty quick. Again, we stay green. This race will end here pretty fast. Right now, lap 67. Almost at halfway now. The sunrise should be kicking in pretty shortly. Usually we try and time the sunrise to be about halfway through the race, maybe a little bit more than that, just to give some dramatic effect, as they say. But so far, so good. Max Brady really doing a pretty good job leading this race and not looking back. I mean, a lot of his competitors obviously have had issues. Garza was involved in a wreck here. Smecker going to try and make a move. Brady, you are not clear, my friend. Woo! I can see that from the booth. Jackson Anderson, I mean, sure. Go for it, my king. Just go for it. Just going to absolutely send Smecker into oblivion. All the way back into the back of the pack. Man, that was just hardball racing right there. Max Brady was not clear, but cleared himself. Jackson Anderson didn't help the cause at all either. Man, Smecker goes from second to basically last in that big pack right there. I'll tell you what, bumper to bumpers and door to door can definitely happen at a track like this. It's not necessarily for tracks like Bristol or Martinsville. It can happen at tracks like this at 180 miles an hour easily. Tell you what, though, the skill it takes to do that, even in a simulation like this, to not wreck in that case, right? Save the car. That's huge props there to Devin Smecker. Very, very good. All right there, lap down traffic underway here. Looks like Jacob Weist going to stay way up high. Looks pretty good. Looks like Josh Larson maybe as well. Not the case there. So need a couple of yellows for those guys in the back to try and get their laps back. Bowie as well in P16. I think he's just kind of biding his time. I don't think he's going to do a whole lot there. Oh, Josh Larson just blinked there a little bit. Man, I thought he fixed his issues. Definitely has in these recent weeks, but it can happen. Too wide, though. Hey, we thought we were going to see some single file racing here for a while, but that might not be the case. Still a little bit over 25 laps to go here, 27 hereabouts to get to stage 2. But man, looking really stout. Right now, Max Brady Hagan, better plays, I will say, in P3, he's a guy I feel like can win this race. I look at him, I look at Kenny Reel, I look at Will Doe, right? These guys, Will Doe, this is his first season here. Man, he's definitely made some improvements. Ooh, Will Doe got loose there, I think. Man, had to save it. You can see his gloves through the windshield going to work. Good save there, but hey, these guys, I feel like, you know, again, Christian Angel back up front now. This is one of those places hey, don't let them tell you otherwise. A super speedway win is still a win, especially against a field like we have here, right? These guys know what the hell they're doing. Very, very good, and can definitely make something happen, right? But good stuff. Right now, we're going to cross into lap 75. It'll be halfway next time by. So just like that, halfway into this race. And 2 wide we are. 25 laps to go before stage 2 ends. Right now looking pretty sharp. We're going to go right now again to Race Day Nonstop, folks. We'll thank some sponsors. We will come right back.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers full sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Welcome back, folks. The Jawa.GG 225 here from Echo Park Speedway in Atlanta. Max Brady, Hagan, Federal Place, Will Doe, your top 5 right now as we hit lap 79. Just past the halfway point, getting our way to the end of stage 2 here in about 21 laps. Max Brady won stage 1, on the way maybe to a stage 2 win. Again, very, very big. Got to get all the points you can to advance yourself into these playoffs. A lot of scrambling back here. Looks like Tim Robb might be in trouble there. Actually, on the outside lane, remains in that draft though. But a lot of these guys still trying to scramble, need to get in hope really for a yellow flag. A lot of these guys 1 lap down from prior repairs and wrecks and things like that. But teammates right there working together. Tim Robb, Jacob Weist on different laps, I believe it is, but doing what they can, man. Good stuff right there. Always good to see those boys working together. But Max Brady, Hagan in a line right now. Everyone kind of saving fuel, kind of holding on to it as the sun begins to rise here. Take a look out of the camera in the cockpit of Max Brady. You can see it over that right side wall there, the turn 3. A little bit of morning haze, but definitely going to see some sun action here pretty soon. Man, these drivers, hopefully they turn their graphics down because that sun will definitely blind them as it comes up, I believe, over turn 3 and 4. So should be pretty wild as we get it going. But man, awesome stuff. Couple of guys in the back again. Halsey, we're looking at Brandon Bowie. I feel like a lot of these guys too in the back, kind of just holding on. I think about Brandon Bowie, Michael Johnson. They've typically done this, right? At tracks like this. They don't have their teammates today. Again, Brandon Six, Frankie Barroso, not here today due to prior commitments. But man, that's a huge blow, right? On a track that is huge for drafting partners and things like that, right? Teammates. But today, right in the back of this line, I think it's not a bad move, but Bowie, Johnson, they need playoff points. So at some point, hey, hanging back here, not a bad move, I guess. But you have to get the points. So are you saving fuel? Are you tire, right? What is the situation here? Tough to say, but a lot of these guys can still make a lot happen. Mark Whitley kind of in the same boat right here up front here in 14th. Devin Smecker, tough right now because you really can't make a move when you're single file like this. If you make a move to the outside lane, you're not going to really maybe get any partners, get, you know, any help. And that's what it takes to get yourself a pass around this place. But right now, lap 85, definitely winding this race down pretty quick. Stage 2 will end here momentarily. And again, this is kind of when I thought we would see these guys start to maybe get a little antsy. 15 laps from the stage 2 end. It'll happen soon though. These guys aren't going to be doing this for long, where we're going to go single file and things like that, right? Christian Angel right there got caught lacking a bit on the inside lane. Let that spot open up for Jackson Anderson. I'm sorry, Christian Angel got hung out there a little bit, but now Thurston, Mealy. Nice recovery, by the way, from Mealy. Mealy is a lap down, unfortunately, in P20, but hey, he's right there, back end. Doesn't look too bad. Damage, I mean, at least from what I've seen so far, looks pretty forgiving. I don't know if that's part of the new update or not, but it looks pretty good. Big gap right here between Kenny Reel and this top 5. I'm not sure if we're holding back to maybe get a run, but we are holding back right now on lap 88. So up front right now on lap 89, the same usual suspects still out front. John Hagen giving Brady a big push right here. Big tandem push in the front. Trying to keep him way out there and trying to get as many points as they can again. Hey, that might not be a bad move if it can work out. Right now, lap 90, I think it's a perfect time. Do I dare say it? For a Bring the Noise segment sponsored by Harpoon Design. Let's get it. I love the sound of a good Bring the Noise segment during Atlanta. Right now, everyone coming down pit road, lap 93. Keep in mind that turn 3, they have to use that inner line right where they are. They can speed through it, but they have to slow down right where the yellow cone is. Oh boy, John Hagen. Uh-oh. Blah! Everyone goes around. Hagan, Anderson, Fleming. Big oopsie poopsie there in the beginning is the pit road. Got to be so careful, man. Around they go. Garza, all these guys, everyone pitting. Big green flag moment here, lap 94. Kenny Reel continues to lead the field now, but again, green flag stops Fetter Place. Next round of guys, Will Doe, Christian Angel. Birdie off pit road there, Hagan. Everyone else, but those guys, hey, Anderson, Fleming. Those guys that spun, that's going to be a huge, huge time loss for these guys. Really unfortunate. Kenny Reels try and see when these guys decide to come. And can they make it too, right? That's the thing. Can they make it to the end of the stage? Everyone off pit road. Fetter Place, Will Doe, Christian Angel, great. Nice and clean job there. Garza still on pit road here. A lot of these guys, maybe some speeding penalties. Garza, I don't think was that far off the pace there. Fleming, Anderson. Again, definitely maybe some speeding penalties as they came down. We'll try and catch it here, and we'll show you exactly what you have to do to get onto pit road here from green flag. At some point, these guys, Kenny Reel, will have to come down pit road. You'll see them peel off right there, that orange little box. They have to come down into that. A lot of guys, though. Hey, I think this was the strat. Bowie, Michael Johnson, right? We saw those guys hanging out in the back. Same thing with Whitley and those guys, right? Did they just sit back and say, you know what? We're going to save fuel like crazy to try and get to the end of stage 2. That might have been what they did. As we see Smecker right now in the front, all by himself. He sounds pretty confident. Just one more lap to go here for Smecker to try and steal this stage away. He might be able to do it. Bowie and Johnson, Van Drugman, they're probably going full speed here too, but they are not going to be able to catch him. Mealy and Lights have to pull off now, unfortunately. Not going to get those stage points they wanted. But look at this. Devin Smecker going to come around here for lap 100 and steals stage 2. Huge, huge points for him for his playoff hopes. Very good stuff there. That's what it takes sometimes. Save the fuel. Get yourself the points you need. Bowie, Johnson, Van Drugman, Kenny Reel, top 5. You can definitely expect them to all come right now. Look at this. Have to all come down right here and stay within those white squares, that white line. You can fly around, but you better be damn careful right when you hit this yellow cone, yellow stripe. Really good job by all of those drivers right there. Very, very good job. Now it comes down to, hey, you made it on pit road. That's the big part. Now, 4 tires, fill it full of fuel, and then off you go. We know these guys just made this stage work on fuel. So that tells me this group of guys right here can make it on fuel the rest of the way. Does the winner come from this group? I've got a funny feeling it might, as we see everybody, again, taking their tires, fuel, and doing all that they can here. Everyone off pit road right now. But when do they blend in? That's also part of it. Smecker and Johnson still on pit road. As well as, oh no, Bowie, Smecker, Hagan. On pit road still. Maybe a speeding penalty of some kind. Oh no, what is going on here? Huge, huge moment here. Smecker, Bowie, again, Johnson still on pit road. They finished 1, 2, and 3. Was there some kind of speeding penalty? I don't know. It seems like their pit entry was fine. I don't understand why they would have had a penalty of some kind, if that is the case. A lot going on down real quick. We'll try and get some confirmation on that. We don't have the immediate information to see what happened there, but man, that is huge. Lap 103 though, and we are steamrolling our way through. We have stayed green now for quite a while. Knock on wood. Don't jinx it, Steve. I might have just done that, but better place in P1, Will Doe. In P2, Brady, and then Angel. P5 is Halsey. Man, look at this top five. It's 6 really. Villalobos right there. Actually, he's tagging along. He's on a lap down, unfortunately. Same thing with Tim Ron. But man, this top 4, we know Brady is good, but I'm looking at Better Place, Doe, and Angel. If these guys can pull off this win, that would be massive for them. First time winners, potentially, in the books for Better Place. He's come close a few times. Will Doe, Christian Angel, man, this could be big for them. But they probably just saw what Bowie and all those guys just did, right? Garza saving the fuel, but they had... Oh yeah, so we're getting, okay, word right now. A lot of penalties for the whole field on entry. So a lot of penalties for entering pit road. So I'll try and get clarification on that, because again, they have to come down pit road from turn 3, which we saw and we documented a few times. So not quite sure what they did wrong per se. I don't think it was speeding. They might have went over the white line or something like that. Look at that white line right there below the apron. We will try and get confirmation of that. But man, that shakes up the standings huge. If this thing stays green, I'll tell you what, that could be massive. All right, confirmation is this. A couple of guys, we saw the guys who got involved in the wrecks, Fleming, Anderson, I believe there was one more, who spun on pit road on the entry. We saw that. That was unsafe pit entry. They got penalties for those. Everyone else, I'm being told, is a speeding penalty, so that's very interesting. It looks like they slow down for that yellow cone, but maybe not. So hey, that is big implications for a lot of these guys. So now that green flag stops have ended, as well as stage 2, let's try and find out what the current circumstances are, because man, a lot of things changed in the whole landscape of this race are just way different. So right now, P1, been in Better Place, Will Doe, Max Brady. Looks like right now the Better Place and Will Doe kind of, again, doing that tandem thing. We have Jacob Weist tagging along too. Right now, I believe he is that lucky dog candidate if we have a yellow flag, so he is trying to stay there. But Better Place and Will Doe. Oh, yellow flag is out. Very timely caution. Jackson Anderson right now looks like on the front stretch, spun out here, right at the line. Looks like don't see much damage there. Maybe just one of those things, but. So that will definitely jack up the field a little bit more. A couple of guys had penalties, so I think a lot of guys will be a lap down that, unfortunately, from the penalties. But they'll be able to take the wave around if guys decide to come down pit road. Let's find out what happens here to Anderson. Try and get a good look at what goes down here. Where is he? Here he is, right behind John Hagen. Okay, so what goes on here? We know Hagen, I believe, had a penalty just like a couple of them did. Oh, Anderson kind of gets loose. He kind of got loose there over the nose of Hagen. Saw that back end wiggle a little bit. Looks like that's going to be the case there for him. Man, that's unfortunate for him. No damage though, really, so should be okay as we continue. Leaders are going to come down pit road, it looks like, so everyone deciding to come down, take the tires. It makes sense, obviously, since right now it's lap 111. A lot of these guys can definitely make it on fuel from here. As we saw, you know, guys like Bowie and Michael Johnson, Smecker, all tried to save that fuel in stage 2, but definitely making their way through right now, and they can definitely get through on fuel. So lap 111, about 38 laps to go here as they cross the line. Race definitely going by pretty quick. Front of the field going to be changed up just a little bit. Van Drugmund going to be the leader, it looks like. Josh Larson will take the wave around, so that's good for him. He should be able to get his lap back and be good to go. A lot of more guys actually coming down pit road here now too, so interesting. These are all the drivers a lap down. Again, from the penalties and things like that, so come on down now and get your tires, get your fuel. Try and get your laps back the old school way, but I'll tell you what, this is huge for guys like, well, I would have said Sprecher and, you know, people like that, but he unfortunately, he got the stage points, which are huge, but now you kind of find yourself in a really tricky situation to try and get, you know, race ending points. But these guys will come down pit road, get their fuel and tires maybe, and we're going to go ahead and get our choose situated. As again, you can see the sun starting to come up right now. A little bit hazy around the Echo Park Speedway out front, but definitely starting to see the effects of daytime conditions. Right now, inside Christian Angel. Again, sun really not kind of peaking up like we thought it was. That sometimes, you never know, right? Sometimes the haze has different ideas. Sometimes the sun will peek over the grandstands or something, right? And really shine pretty bright. But looks like they might be spared here if that's if that's not the case. But we'll see. These last 35 plus laps could be pretty interesting if that sun makes an appearance and blinds these guys. We'll see. Either way, track is definitely changing. A little bit more heat and a little bit more looser conditions. So we'll see. That yellow flag, only the fourth caution of the day. Pretty good so far. Right now, though, this might get pretty wild as now the field is back up all together. What do we see here? Drugmund, Angel, the front two, leading us back green here. Green flag is back out. Immediately, that top 10 pretty much goes single file. Oh no, Max Brady, big wreck right there. Holy crap. Into the backstretch, turn 3. Big damage there. Some crab walking maybe. Oh man, still has power, which is good, but I think he came across the nose of Whitley maybe. I couldn't quite tell. Man, unfortunate for Brady. He was kind of in that front 5 really. Majority of the race. Ended up winning stage 1. We'll go back a bit. Yellow flag probably saved him actually, because when the yellow flag comes out pretty quick, usually it'll keep them in their spot. Let's go back real fast and find out what went down with Max Brady. Try and get a good view here. Okay, here we go. So Brady is right behind Christian Angel there. Whitley has a gap. He's going to close the gap, it looks like. Thurston gives him a shot here. A little bit of a tag. Boom, right there. Yeah, kind of just a really awkward hit. Thurston's kind of bump drafting Whitley, but then Whitley, it seems like maybe Whitley didn't know if he wanted to go right behind Brady or try and pass him with the push that he got from Thurston. But yeah, unfortunately, just an offset push right there and sends Brady around. Not good, man. A lot of guys on pit road, though. Hagan, Max Brady, Tim Robb, Villalobos, Garza. A lot of these guys having issues prior in this race or fixing some damage. So, but hey, a lot on the line still. A long way still to go. 35 laps in this race. Not too bad. Looks like the leader, Van Drugman. Nope, not going to pit. Okay. A lot of guys deciding not to. Again, these guys, pretty much everybody, came down pit road already within the last 10 laps, amidst the last couple of cautions here. And they can all go on fuel, right? They can make it on fuel, and tires should be pretty good in this last 30 laps. They just did, 60 or 70 laps green right there. So they know what it feels like to go 35 laps on tires. So they should be good and be able to manage. Maybe, late race caution comes out. Maybe you come and take tires, but I doubt it. I don't think tires will matter that much, but you don't know. Start finish line is starting to choose right here. Van Drugman looking to try and get, his second win of the season. Can he do it today? Maybe he can. Christian Angel, I'll tell you what, P2 right now, having a very good day. Can he get it done as well? Involved in wreck earlier, but still in this thing. Kenny Reel, he's been hunting for that win for a long time now. Can't forget about James Thurston right now back in the top 5, which is dangerous for the competition. I'll tell you that. Very, very good driver. Potentially the favorite for the championship this season, man. Looking so good, but that consistency matters a lot. But hey, these guys have different plans. They want to get this race win. Could happen today. Brendan Fetterplace right there in P5 could happen today. Mark Whitley, hey, don't look back. He's a 2-time champion. He can get this thing done. That Jawa.GG machine looking pretty good. Lap 116, almost lap 117. We're going to go back green here. You know what? Let's dedicate this restart to Jawa.GG. Let's go. Buy, sell, and upgrade between gamers. Let's get it. Pace car going to pull off. Sunrise is starting to unfold here. Drugman and Angel up front. Back green we go here for the Jawa.GG 225. James Thurston making a move already down low right there. Trying to find himself back to the front of the field. Again, these points pay the most, right? Stage points are nice. But race ending points usually matters the most. It's the most you can get. And right now, these guys are all vying to get as many as they can. The outside lane just did not move. Christian Angel falling back to P9 already. We'll have to have some help here. Maybe in the form of Nick Lights on his tail end here on the outside lane. Looking pretty good. Just going to get back to that front any way you can. But Van Drugman in front right now. I haven't really seen him on this kind of package, right? Super Speedway Racing. We saw him at Daytona, Talladega, but I don't feel like those races went well for him. But right now, in the lead of this race, Kenny Reel, though, definitely knows how to get it done at tracks like this. So can he get it done today? Has he figured it out? Has all the little gremlins in his ASRA playbook been worked out? Today could be that day where he can find his way into the winner's circle. And man, we love first-time winners. Always love to root for that one. And hey, Fetterplace, don't count him out too. He's right there in P3. He's been around the block here in ASRA as well. And man, he has come close a couple times. Mark Whitley in P4. Mentioned it earlier. Hey, hasn't always been the favorite at tracks like these. Doesn't always like him either, to be honest. But hey, today in that Jawa.GG machine, sponsored by the race, or sponsoring the race too. Hey, can this man figure it out at a track like this? Could be. You never know. I've seen things that are crazier. Teammate 2, Will Doe, right behind him. Very, very good at tracks like this. And, road courses like we saw last week. So, Will Doe putting together a couple of good races here as to Layers in trouble 3 wide there for a second. Max Brady trying to find himself back to the front. Damage seems to be repaired for the most part, but a lot of issues in the back of the field there. 2 and 3 wide for the most part. Brandon Bowie going to try and find a temporary friend in Max Brady. Again, a lot of guys a lap down here. Front of the pack, though, looking pretty good. Back of the pack, definitely a mess. Top 20 on the lead lap. But the issue is trying to get back to the front, right? That's the key, and it's just so hard right now. We know everybody can make it on fuel and tires, but getting to the front is just so hard to do. Right now, that front of the field looks pretty good, man. They have figured it out. On board here with Drugmund. Try and get a look. Kind of some haze. Definitely some a foggy, hazy morning here in Atlanta. Yeah, that sunrise is not going to be as crazy as we thought it might be. But hey, the haze has different ideas. And right now, track level, it looks pretty clear. You can see through the windshield that Van Drugman not really dealing with a lot of haze and fog right now. But definitely from the booth, our cameras aren't liking it. But hey, that's some of the magic sometimes with how it can unfold. But back at the field, man, Villalobos, these guys are really fighting for it, trying to find themselves into a better spot here. From the chopper view, Adam Garza 3 wide here in the middle. Split the deal there with his teammate Mealy. And then Thurston back there as well. So a whole lot of Murphy Esport drivers. Too many Esport drivers, right? But oh, Kaufman goes around here in the back. Lord have mercy. Man, big spin out there. Didn't really see what happened. I think he might have came across the nose of one of those guys up ahead. Couldn't see, maybe a red car, but couldn't really see what it was or who it was. We've seen that kind of impact, though, a couple times today. That kind of a caution, right? Where they come across the nose, maybe thought they were clear, but not quite the case. Okay, so 25. Oh, he just gets hooked by John Hagen. Yeah, Hagen just kind of clips him in that right rear. And man, really unfortunate. A couple of guys maybe saved it. Hagen, does he save it here? And Larson? Oh man, barely. But he does. Larson keeps going too. Mealy. All right, so man, big hit unfortunately for Kaufman. He was doing pretty good, not gonna lie. Kind of holding to himself, but that can happen. Unfortunately, we've seen that a few times today, and not good. Ooh, Dallaire looks like last second ditched pit road. I don't think he can do that. That'll be a black flag. He's not going to like that. But Smecker, Hagen, looks like Thurston all coming down pit road. Garza even. A lot of guys, hey, you know what? 23 laps to go. Get some fresh tires. Get the fuel. Might help. But Dallaire, again, once you commit yourself down past that orange cone, that is pretty much, you are committed onto pit road. So he's probably going to get a black flag here for improper pit entry. If I had to guess. I believe that might be the case. Track just changed a bit. We saw the lights come on, not come on, but kind of dim a bit. Looks like the haze is definitely starting to kick up right here. So again, morning dew kind of has that wildfire look to it. A little bit, it's not really white in nature. It's kind of like a reddish brown tint to it. So I don't know. Unfortunately, I've seen enough of those to know what that's like, but it's one of those things. But hey, the ever-changing graphics in iRacing has always been pretty impressive, and they are definitely nailing it in a lot of aspects, so it's really cool to see. Cockpit, though, from Mark Whitley on the Jawa machine today. Looks like the haze is actually kind of clearing up a little bit. Sun's definitely up above the grandstands and whatnot, but Not able to see it just yet. One lap to go here. 21 laps to go here once we go back green. So, hey, we had a good long stretch of green flag racing. But now I think we're going to see a lot of intensity, right? This is just one of those things. These guys need to get the points for the playoffs, right? The round of 16. And even if you're not in these playoffs, right? Again, green banners, all the drivers on the green on your tower. Those are all the playoff drivers in the round of 16. So got to be careful for those guys. Those are the ones going for the points. But if you aren't in lime green, hey, you're still going for, I mean, the dark horse winner, right? That's a pretty cool thing to go for. Kind of a best of the rest, you know, championship of sorts. You could be going for your first win, your first top 5, right? There's so many things you can check off the list. Always matters to try and get what you can get. That sun definitely glaring off of turn 4 here, so awesome stuff. 22 laps to go. Van Drugman, Halsey, Real, Tim Robin, Benefitter Place, all in the top 5. Man, what a wild top 5 here. We could see a crazy winner today from Atlanta. Let's take a look. Back green flag racing we go. 21 laps to go here. Too wide already in the back of the field, man. That high line did not get going at all. Halsey started in P2 on the outside lane, and they just fell off hard. Unfortunate. Hey, could be fresh tires, could be a lot of things. That line did not go at all. Drugman, Kenny Real, Fetter Place still in the top 3. Mark Whitley down low as well. They like each other. That top 4, I feel like, has been really strong these last maybe 20 or 30 laps. Working well, but don't forget, Nick Light's right here in P5, sneaking his way back up to the front. Will Doe in P6. Hagan on pit road again, unfortunately. Man, back-to-back races, not doing well. What does that mean for his playoff hopes? Smecker keeps finding himself in points positions. He is right there knocking on that championship 4. Is this enough for Smecker to overtake Hagan's spot, potentially, in that championship 4? We'll find out in a couple weeks' time. Right now, though, Hagan going to go a lap down. Unfortunate. Van Drugman in P1. Kenny Real in P2. Man, who can get this win? Drugman, we know, is good. Very, very fast when we see him. But hey, Kenny Real, hungry. Better Place, hungry. Mark Whitley. Definitely hungry. After winning his second championship, man. Hasn't really been all the same for him, but right now, that could all change. Still in that hunt for the playoffs and for the championship 4. Today could be the day to break through again, right? Max Brady back on the high line, though, in P6. We saw how fast he was earlier on in the race. Stage 1 winner. Had a big wreck. Oh, speaking of big wrecks, Joseph Mealy hard into the inside wall. Massive wreck again for Mealy, unfortunately. Again, I think just got kind of turned over on somebody's nose. Seen a lot of that today. A lot of guys thinking they're clear, but they're not, right? And a lot of bad pushes and things like that. But man, big crab walk right there out of Mealy. Man, that's unfortunate for him. Try and take a look back. Find out where it goes wrong for him. Oh, already kind of going down there. Let's go back a little bit ways. Find out. Where did it all go wrong here? Mealy. Here we go. So Mealy, yeah, there he is. That white and white and green car, kind of middle of your screen here. I'm gonna wait and see what goes down. He gets involved with the 39 of Michael Johnson. We might have gotten here a little bit too early, but Oh, right here. Oh, so Mealy gets tagged from Tim Robb. So really, so Robb and Johnson kind of make contact there. And then, man, a huge moment. Oh, man, Thurston involved. That's going to be big, big for him. But Mealy, hard wreck there. Jacob Weist involved too. So both Apollo Motorsport drivers going to get pretty banged up here. Mealy as well too. Big damage. Not good. Not good late in this race, but a lot of guys going to be coming down pit road, obviously, fixing that damage and, man, trying to get themselves back underway here. But, hey, 15 laps to go. Not good, but hey, this is what I'll tell you what, these top, I don't know, 5, 6 maybe, these guys love to see these cautions, right? Because now they know that, man, they can just stay up front, you know, let the laps kind of go away, right? Now I look at this top 5, and the only unfortunate thing is, right, kind of like Daytona Talladega, right? When do you make your move? If you're Kenny Reel, when do you make your move around Drugman? Now, obviously, you know, going around him on the outside might be interesting because is somebody going to follow you? Are you going to be screwed? Like, what's the case, right? Drugman just got himself in there down low for the choose. He had to lock in there pretty late. But hey, it just all comes down to it, right? So when do you make that move? You see a lot of these guys, Mark Whitley, going on the high lane here. Hey, Whitley was just 6th place, but now he's choosing the high lane. You can move up just like that. So that bottom 4 all in a line. A lot of strong drivers up front though. High line full of guys looking to get a win. Haven't seen Whitley, Brady, or Smecker win a race this season yet. So can they finally break through this season at a crucial time in the playoffs? But hey, look at the inside lane. Drugman, yeah, he's got that win this year. But Kenny Reel, Feder Place, Nick Lights, Dallaire, Will Doe, Halsey. I mean, the entire almost inside lane is looking to get that win. But hey, a lot can happen in 13 laps once we go back green here. And we're going to try it again. Sun is up right now. Track is changing. Looser conditions. And only 13 laps to figure out the Jawa.gg. 2:25. Let's get it. Whitley and Drugman in the front row as we go back green here. Great inside lane move right there. Drugman got the jump, obviously, as the leader. Whitley going to dive down low, clears himself. Good stuff right there. P3. Outside lane going to really struggle now on the outside. Brady going to go far here. Brady going to go way back. Might find some help here with Halsey. But the outside lane falling back. Inside lane all straightened out. Drugman comes around here through the fog and the haze of the morning conditions here in Atlanta. Teammates. At this point, I'm looking for teammates. I see Smecker right here in P5, and I see Nick Lights in P6. These guys could work together and maybe jump out to the outside at a certain time and try and make that work. Do they jump in front of Max Brady here? Well, you know Max has been pretty strong on the outside lane. Do they make a move here to get to the front? Ooh, Smecker tried to maybe look inside to better place. Did not work. I'll tell you what, if you're in that top 5, I am definitely jumping in front of Max Brady. He is the kind of guy that can get back to the front only if that lane moves. Doesn't seem like it's the case. Halsey is right behind him making a move here and pushing him, but I don't know if he's the guy. Good time to prove that now, but up front, Drugman still 10 laps to go here at the stripe. Got to be so careful. Kenny Real, best move right now is to just stay behind Drugman, right? Seems like they're working pretty well together. Push for all that you can. And try and get yourself... Ooh, better place! Good lord! Smecker just, I think, kind of gave him a shot right there to get on the inside of him. Better Place had to make a hero move save to try and save it. Brady going to get down low now. Better Place finds the outside lane. Now Brady comes back up high. Dodging and weaving to try and get to the front of the pack here. Only 8 laps to go. Outside lane can move. But the inside lane right now is looking so strong. When do you make the move? Delaire out front of the high lane. Outside lane has to have a good pusher and a good leader. What's going to be the winning combination? Oh, Halsey in the back of the field. Going to go around here. Big boom right there on the inside. Oh, and Will Doe in the front. Max Brady involved as well. And then Fetter Place. Oh, my word. Huge wreck. Fetter Place might be okay, actually. I think he just kind of slid through the front stretch. Maybe crab walking a bit. Can't quite tell. He might be okay. Can't really tell from him, but Brady as well. Oh, man. Yeah, just a huge impact. Again, hey, it's go time. You have to go now. So cautions like this, definitely expect to happen. Let's go back and see what happened here. Kind of a 2-part caution. Brady doing maybe, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. He's frustrated. I can understand it, right? Okay, let's try and find out what goes on here. We have to decipher kind of 2 wrecks. So one we saw with Halsey. We'll try and get him. So here he is right here. We might have gotten it too early, but we'll find it. Silver Red Bull car, number 82, on the high line, right behind Fetter Place. Might get a bad push here from Johnson right here. See, 39, boom. Bowie's hitting Johnson into the 82. Okay, maybe I'm early here. Hold on. We are. Pardon me. Okay, here we go. So Halsey kind of coming low there. Yeah, Halsey was not clear. MJ was definitely there. We've seen this exact same situation here multiple times. Bowie looks like he squeezes by ever so closely. And then kind of a big impact right there for Halsey. Might be kind of even though on the right front. He might be okay, but we will see. Then the second impact, which happens right after this, we kind of saw it right there, but we'll go back to it. Try and get the same view here. It was Max Brady and then Ethan Delaire, I believe it was. So you'll see it right after Halsey's incident. Give it about a half a lap here, and then we'll see Brady give kind of a bad push. So right as Halsey goes around, watch Max Brady, 17 car, right on the left rear of Ethan Delaire. Looks like Max was thinking 3 wide there, going middle, but he just didn't commit to it, it looks like. And Delaire just got into the right front of Brady, and Brady kind of was there too, and a big wreck. Wildo had nowhere to go. Fetter Place. Yeah, Wildo, big impact. Fetter Place might be okay here, actually. Don't think he hit much. Then Max, obviously, with that big damage here, too. So, unfortunate. Late race shenanigans, as we always see. But, hey, 5 laps to go here at the line. We're going to see 4 to go. Outside lane did work for Whitley on that last restart, but it seems like you have to get down low as quickly as possible. So Outside lane here for Smecker, I think, is a good call, but you have to get down. Seems like right now the outside lane is just not the place to be. And that tells me, hey, can Drugmund make this happen? He's in that catbird seat in P1, able to control the restarts. That might be what he needs to win this thing. Here we go, 4 laps to go. Jawa.gg, 225, back green, maybe for the last time. Let's see. Drugmund gets a good restart, but Smecker gets a pretty good one too. Will he have enough room here, enough help behind him to get to the front and stay there? Dallaire going to get a big shove right here to Smecker. Third lane, Garza going to try and go on the outside lane here. Smecker clears Drugmund. Unbelievable move here for Smecker. Down low, but now we're 3 wide, coming to 3 to go. Can Smecker hold on to get this huge win from Atlanta? Nick Lights down low. There's still 3 wide all the way around this track right here. Garza and Brady trying to make that third line work. It's just not going to happen right now. Don't have enough momentum. Ethan Dallaire, Michael Johnson on the middle lane, trying the same thing, just not going to be enough, it looks like. But Smecker holding on to the front of the pack here. Drugmund, Kenny Reel, and Mark Whitley behind him. 2 laps to go. We're going to keep it right here. That back of that main pack is pretty crazy. But the front of the field is what matters right now. Who makes the move? Does somebody make a move here on the outside lane to try and get around Smecker? Smecker made just an impossible move around Drugmund. And right now, the Starz Industries white flag from Atlanta. Devin Smecker. Fortunate. Big wreck in the back right there. Dallaire not going to bring a caution flag out. Does Smecker have enough to hold off? Kenny Reel going to make a move here on the outside. Not going to be enough. Dallaire, big move right there. Maybe Mark Whitley going to push Smecker to the front. Can Whitley get around him at the line? Smecker going to do it here. The Jawa.gg 225 goes to Devin Smecker. After finding his way into the playoffs from an impossible situation for Frankie Barroso, unfortunately having to get himself and bow himself out of the playoffs, Devin gets in because he's the top driver from the wildcard race that was left out. But that got him in when Frankie had to bow out. And right now, IRP, great finish. Road America, great finish today. Unbelievably huge win from Devin Smecker. This might not lock him into the championship 4, but the points he gets from today might have done it. Incredibly huge win from Devin Smecker in that DripDrops.io machine. Unbelievable job out of Smecker to get that move made. Chose the outside lane there on the last restart and just made it stick. Got around Drugmund and didn't look back. Huge win for Devin Smecker today. P2, Mark Whitley. I'll tell you what, he'll take that after his day today. Big day for that Jawa.gg machine. And then Van Drugmund in P3. Incredible job today in a great finish. We'll come right back, folks. We'll talk to your top 3. Stick around. Welcome back, folks. It is the conclusion of the Jawa.GG 225 from Echo Park Speedway. Man, unbelievable finish to end this one. Man, the sun came up and the stars came out. Unbelievable job today for Devin Smecker to win this race with an unbelievable move at the end in the last restart to make it happen. Let's, real quick, we'll talk the top three as we always do. We'll go to Van Drugman first, who finished in P3 today. Let's try and bring him in here real quick. Where is he? Here he is, the man, Van Drugman. Man, unbelievable job today. Has the win already in the belt. Today came so close to winning your second race, man. Today, I don't know, went really well for you. Had the speed. How'd the race go for you, man?
It was a good race. I kind of played it. I don't know why, but I can play Atlanta better than any other plate track. I don't know what it is about it. I always find myself at the front at Atlanta, but I think I thought I had it. Well, not really had it, but I had control of it. But then 26 Devin, he just timed that restart so well, and just put me behind the 8 ball for the rest of it. I mean, I was the restart of his life, his career right there. I mean, it was phenomenal. I couldn't do anything about it, right? So all I did was I tried to push him, right? And then I was backing up to Kenny, and I wanted Kenny to give me a push, and then he can go with me, and then, you know, whatever he does, like takes it 3 wide, that's on him, right? That's what I wanted, but he left, and then I was like, okay, I'll just get back on the bottom, and then I went, and I had no help. I was like, damn it. But it was a good race. I had fun. Field strategy was fun. People were making fun of me because I stayed out and caught like around like a good bit of the field a lap down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people were calling me. I was just like, hey man, if I don't got a pit, I'm not gonna pit. So
definitely.
Yeah,
you played it right, definitely. But to your point, Smecker, we just watched it live, or not live, but we just watched it back. Yeah, he just made an impossible move. I can't believe he was clear right there. He was cleared by nothing. Just one of those things. It just happened to work out. But man, P2, you can't be upset. Just such a good race for you. But hey, give us a quick shout out to your sponsors, friends and family. What you got, man? The floor is yours.
The Lord himself, and that's kind of all. I mean, thank you for Adam. He was in there with me. We were talking it up, so like minds think alike, right? But I don't really got nothing. But dang, third sucks. Third sucks, but second's even worse. So we'll move on. We'll move on to, I think, Texas. Not Texas.
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kentucky, yes. All right, we'll move on there and see if we can get another win. But thank you for the race tonight. Pretty fun. I enjoyed it. But man,
It's coming. Hey, finishes like that, you'll get those wins more and more. Obviously, already have that one in the belt, so good stuff, man. Yeah, Kentucky next week should be a lot of fun. So we'll see you there. We'll see you there, dude. Good stuff tonight.
All right. See you. Appreciate it.
There he is, Van Drugman. Such a young kid, but so fast. And man, promising career in the sim racing world. P2 going to be Mark Whitley. Hey, unbelievable job today for Mark. Let's bring him in real quick. Here he is, the winner. Hello, I got you. Oh, here he is, Mark Whitley, number 77 Jawa.GG machine. Hey, the Jawa 225. You pulled out P2. Man, you came so close to that win. I thought maybe you were going to, I don't know, do something to Smecker there. But hey, awesome finish for, quite frankly, a track that you don't quite like, right? This style. Really impressive a day after a pretty rough beginning of the race.
Yeah, definitely a good ending compared to the beginning. Just that last lap there, I got to run 11-1 high. I'm like, well, I might as well just fill the gap. So I filled the gap behind him. And then I forget who it was. It was a blur. I just decided, well, I'm gonna give him a big bump and hopefully just goes up the track, and he did. I got behind Smecker and I still had a little bit of room. I tried to give him a little shot to maybe get him loose, but I run out of forward momentum and then about gave up second coming off the corner trying to side draft Smecker. But I think P2's my best finish in the last 2 seasons, so we'll take that.
Yeah.
All the bad luck and all the stuff that's going on to P2, especially with the Jawa on the car and for the race. Yeah, the whole race was very interesting to say the least. I was having to I had to use the bathroom for like the last half of that race, and now was just begging for it to end because I'm like, I need a Gatorade bottle, someone.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It was just rough because it seems like every time I'm like, "Oh, maybe we'll go green," and like, nope, yep, another caution. I'm like, can we just finish this, please?
Oh yeah, and just real quick, out of curiosity, so the race today, we do our infamous, or my infamous, night into day race, the sunrise race. The sun didn't really, I mean, it came up, but like I see a lot of fog here, so you can't really plan for that. But did the track change at all? I mean, obviously we saw like cool temperatures earlier on, but did the track change? Did it get looser? What do you think?
I'm not sure if it was the track, like if it was the sun, coming up changing, or if it's just because there's a lot more damaged race cars. It seemed like the outside line just completely died the last like quarter of the race. I don't know if that was just because there was a lot of damaged cars, or if that was, I think it was also, it seemed like once the sun came up, the track started heating up, and when you do that, you lose grip. So it seemed like the outside line just couldn't keep the grip. Like I was telling Smecker, I was like, that was the one good restart the outside got, was that last one that got him the lead.
Exactly. Yep.
That's all she wrote. So it's one of those things. They just got right place, right time with these kind of racing. Track definitely. There was one point there we kept getting those cautions. I thought about pitting to get some tires because this track does matter, but I really didn't want to give up the track position because I knew it seemed like it was crazy back there. So I think track definitely changed a little bit, but I think it's also just a little bit of attrition.
Hey man, love that. Great finish today. That win again is coming. A two-time champion cannot let you get down too far. Definitely going to be bouncing back. So good stuff today, man. Floor is yours for sponsors, friends and family. What you got, man?
A shout out to Vector over there. I know he's tuning in all these. Appreciate you, man. Harpoon Design, Brantley, put together all our paint schemes. He does awesome work. Check him out at harpoondesign.com. He's got a form you can fill out. And last but not least, certainly not least, Jawa.gg on the car, on the race today. They're the #1 online marketplace for made for gamers, by gamers. If you're looking to get into sim racing, or if you're just looking for an upgrade, they have everything from little weird like SATA SSDs all the way up to full-blown gaming battle stations. So check them out at Jawa.gg. They do awesome over there. No scalping allowed. And thanks for you putting on the broadcast. First time I've been able to talk to you in a while, it feels like. So long time no see.
It's all, hey, we're gonna get a lot more of those, I think, as the season goes on. You never know, but good stuff, man. We'll catch you next week from Kentucky.
Sounds good, man.
There he is, Mark Whitley. Hey, good job today, Jawa.gg machine. Love to see the sponsored car get into the podium spot, get in the interview. We love that. We love when a good thing works. Let's, though, bring in, to no avail, Devin Smrecker, man, gets the win today. How in the hell did he do this? We're going to find out right now. Here he is, the man right now, number 26, Drip Drops to IO Machine. Winner today, Devin Smrecker makes an impossible move on the outside lane to pass by nothing Van Drugmans and clears himself, ends up winning this Jawa.gg machine race win today. Unbelievable job, Devin. You got into the winner circle. You gotta feel pretty damn good, man.
I feel everything right now, Steve. I feel just about every emotion. Other than angry. I'm happy. Gosh, I'm overwhelmed. It's been a really, really rough season, and didn't deserve to be in the playoffs, but circumstances dictated that I was the last car in, and I don't know. I just it almost felt like a second chance at life, in the ASRA Cup Series, and we had two great races to start this round, and now we got a ton of stage points, the race win. I would have loved to have had my my 0x, but that it lost it there with about 5 to go. But had the restart of my life on that last restart, man. I was sitting there, I think it was 4th or 5th. I think it was 4th.
Yeah.
And the first 3 cars all went bottom, and I don't know how many opportunities you're going to get to go from 3rd row to 1st row, but actually I would have been 4th, so I would have been 7th, 4th on the bottom if I stayed there, but instead got up there to the front row and timed it better than any restart I've ever timed in my life, and side drafted the hell out of them, and Ethan somehow got a good push, and I don't know how much I cleared him by getting into 3. It couldn't have been much, but at that point it was just holding on, because this new aero stuff is pretty crazy, and It's been a long time since the guy pushing you could get you loose without wrecking you, without just straight up turning you. And boy, I got some pretty good pushes into the corner, got sideways a couple times, and I don't know how we hung on to it, but we did, and we got to be looking pretty good in points right now. It's got to be close to that cut line.
Yeah, I got to say, let's talk about your story so far in the playoffs, right? So I've mentioned it in the race multiple times just to kind of catch people up, but really, yeah. So I mean, unfortunately, found yourself out of the playoff contention in the wild card race, right, with our format. And then Frankie Barroso, unfortunately, who was well qualified into the playoffs, fourth place entering the playoffs, has to bow out because he's going to miss multiple races due to some prior commitments. Okay, that's the respectful thing, but that means you get in because of the format, and you were the next in line to that earned it, per se. And then, hey, pretty good job at IRP, good job at Road America, and then now today a win. So it's just like, this is a Cinderella story of just how good this has gone for you, and it's just so cool. And to your point, I think the points are going to be really close. You are knocking on that door to get into that championship 4, and after a performance like this, right, stage points, that stage win, stage 2, and then now the race win, I'll tell you what, man, I got a funny feeling that math is going to work out pretty well. But still have to contend with Kentucky next week, and that will be interesting, a track that we haven't been to in a long time, so that could be a lot of fun. But just to touch on it real quick, yeah, that restart that you had was definitely good. Ethan Delaire kind of pushed you pretty well, and then yeah, we watched the replay back talking to Van, and you cleared him by nothing. It was just absolute. I couldn't believe it, actually, that Netco didn't get involved or anything like that. But awesome job today, man. Floor is yours, dude. Give us your shout out, sponsors, family. What you got, man?
Yeah, I could take up the rest of your night. Let's start with iRacing. This update that they did has been phenomenal, for better or worse. I think that the super speedway racing is, quote unquote, it's not as good as it was before with the multiple lanes and stuff like that, but it's definitely much more realistic. It's definitely a 2-lane affair, and the side drafting's much more realistic. So props to iRacing on a great aero model. We'll see how this tire is next week at Kentucky. Last time ASRA was at Kentucky, I was in the hospital getting MRI on my neck last year around my birthday.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of experience there, and John Hagan is a hell of a intermediate track driver. So we're gonna put in the work this week. We're gonna try and guess what the setup's gonna be like, and we're gonna put in the laps, and we'll see what we can do, man. I think Adam Garza said that I'm the Joey Logano of this ASRA season from last year. So we'll see, man. We'll see what those points are. I'm so thankful for everybody at Murphy Esports, all of our partners, especially Drip Drops. They are just phenomenal people in the blockchain space, and we have so many phenomenal partners that I could thank all day. I got to thank the Cardano race team with Bone Pool, Shep, Duck, all those guys. Those guys are huge supporters of ours. They watch every race. They're in every X space, every YouTube chat. Really big supporters of our team and ASRA. I can't forget those guys. Brian Murphy, best friend, best boss I can ask for. True believer in me. Hard on me. I'm hard on him. But we make each other better in the real world and on the sim. My teammates, James was guiding me through those last couple laps, cheering me on. If anybody deserves to win the title this year, it's James. So dude is just phenomenal, and we're going to do everything we can to keep him at Murphy Esports forever. Thanks to Adam and Joseph and Nick for coming on board for the rest of the playoffs. Nick was really awesome tonight, and things weren't looking so good a couple of weeks ago, but life is pretty good for a 29-year-old sim racing dad right now. So we'll see what next week brings.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, a big win today. Go and celebrate, dude. Kentucky next week. Hey, we'll do the math. It could be a lot of, I don't know. It could be a lot of fun next week. You never know. But to your point, that Joey Logano comment's pretty funny. I was going to make a point here, but hey, that championship series, keep in mind, it resets the points completely. So there's no playoff points. There's nothing. It's just 3 races. So everyone's on an even keel at that point. You just never know. But hey, good stuff, man. Go and celebrate. We'll catch you next week, dude.
Yeah, thanks, Steven. Thanks congrats on a really cool playoff system you got here. We'll see how it goes.
Yes, sir. All right, there he is. Devin Sprecher gets the big win today from Atlanta. Man, unbelievable job here today Atlanta always has provided some damn good racing, really, in the old track and also this new track. It's always a lot of fun, and Devin got the job done today, man. Good stuff. Next week, hey, is it for the round of 16. Kentucky will be where we wrap up this round, and we will find out who will be the 4 drivers locked into the championship. And really, to be honest, after the math is done right now for this race, a couple of guys might be locked in on points, right? Only a certain amount of points you can earn in one race. I believe it's 72 points. So if that's the gap, that could be locked in for a couple of guys. We'll find out the math. Watch out for our socials at ASRA iRacing on X, and then also ASRA iRacing.com. Go and check it out. Hey, by the way, also go and check out Jawa.gg. It's in the chat. It's the pinned comment. Sponsor for today. Big shout out to them for everything they have done for today's race. And, I mean, just always good stuff. Have a good night, folks. That's going to be it. Next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be back for the conclusion of the round of 16. After that, we start talking championship. So have a good night, folks. We love you, and take care.